Hello friends, my name is Mohammad Imran. I am a second year MBA student. So in this video, we are going to study about the anatomy of middle ear. This is a very important topic for first year MBA students, and this is useful for ENT also. So this video is going to be very useful for MBA students. So starting with the contents of the middle ear. Inside the mucous lining, we have the air, and outside the mucous lining, we have the ear ossicle, that is malleus, incus and stapes, and there are two muscles that are present. First one is tensor tympani and the second one is stapedius, and there are some vessels and ligaments of ear ossicle. The main content is the air. Now coming to the subdivision of the middle ear. In subdivisions of the middle ear, we have the epitympanum, mesotympanum and hypotympanum. The epitympanum is present above the tympanic membrane. As you can clearly see in this image that the epitympanum is present above the tympanic membrane, and in epitympanum we have the head of malleus, body and short process of incus. As we can clearly see in this image that we have the head of malleus, body and short process of incus. The mesotympanum is in level with the tympanic membrane, and in mesotympanum we have the handle of malleus, long process of incus and stapes. This is the narrowest part of the middle ear. Now coming to the hypotympanum. The hypotympanum is the part below the tympanic membrane, as we can clearly see in this image. This is the subdivisions of the middle ear. Now coming to the most important part of the middle ear, that is boundaries. If you are a first year MBA student, you have to memorize this diagram, because this diagram is very important. We can remember all the boundaries with the help of this diagram. And there are total 6 boundaries. The first one is the roof, second one is the floor, third one is anterior wall, fourth one posterior wall, medial wall and lateral wall. Now let's study about the roof. The roof is made up of tegment tympani. As we can clearly see in this image that this is the roof. This is the roof of middle ear, and it is made up of tegment tympani. Now coming to the floor. The thin plate of bone separates the tympanic cavity from the bulb of internal jugular vein. And the second important point that we have to remember in the floor is that the tympanic branch of glossopharyngeal nerve pierces the floor. Now coming back to the image, this is the floor of middle ear. As you can see, the bulb of internal jugular vein just outside the floor of middle ear. And the second point that you have to remember is that the tympanic branch of glossopharyngeal nerve pierces the floor of middle ear. Now coming to the anterior wall of middle ear. If we see this image, this is the anterior wall. This is the anterior wall of middle ear. I have made a short version, simple version of this diagram. There are two openings that are present in the middle ear. Anterior wall of middle ear. The first one is the semicanal for tensor tympani. Tensor tympani is a muscle that is present in the middle ear, and the second opening is the tubal opening for auditory tube. And outside the anterior wall we have the internal carotid artery, and in between the two opening we have processus cochlear formis. So the 3 points that you have to remember in anterior wall is the two openings. The first one for tensor tympani, second one for auditory tube, and the third is outside the anterior wall we have the internal carotid artery. Now coming to the posterior wall. If we go back to the image, this is the posterior wall. This is the posterior wall of middle ear. In the posterior wall we have to remember only 2 points, two important points. First one is the adductus ad antrum. It is a opening that connects the tympanic cavity with the mastoid antrum. The second point that we have to remember is the vertical part of the facial canal. If we see this image, we can see the vertical part of the facial canal. This is the vertical part of the facial canal, and this is the adductus ad antrum, which connects the mastoid antrum with the tympanic cavity. As we have completed the posterior wall, the other points, that is fossa incudis pyramid and posterior canaliculus for cauda tympani. These are some less important points we cannot remember. We can remember these 2 points with the help of diagram. Now coming to the medial wall. In the medial wall we have the promontory. Promontory, it is a nerve plexus that is present in the medial wall. The second one is the oval window. Third one is the round window. As we can see, this is the round window, this is the oval window, and this is the promontory. which is a nerve plexus, and fourth one is sinus tympani. This is the sinus tympani, and fifth one is oblique part of facial canal is present in the medial wall and lateral semicircular canal. Total 6 points in the medial wall. The first one is promontory, oval window, round window, sinus tympani, oblique part of facial canal and lateral semicircular canal. And the last one is the lateral wall. The lateral wall in this image, this is the lateral wall of the middle ear. In lateral wall is made up of tympanic membrane, and a nerve that passes through the lateral wall is the chorda tympani nerve. As we have completed the boundaries, let's move to the ear ossicle. We all know there are 3 ear ossicles, that is malleus, incus and stapes. If you are a first year MBBS student, you have to memorize this diagram for professional exams. This is the malleus. We have the head, neck, anterior process, lateral process. The important point, that is incudo-malleolar joint, that is present between malleus and incus, and between incus and stapes we have the incudo-stapedial joint. Let's study more about the malleus, incus and stapes. Resemblance: the malleus resembles with the hammer, while incus resembles with anvil, and stapes resemble with stirrup. And the development: the malleus is formed from first pharyngeal arch. Same for incus, it is also formed from first pharyngeal arch, but stape is formed from second pharyngeal arch. The muscles that are attached to malleus is tensor tympani. There is no muscle that is attached to incus, and to the stapes we have the stapedius. The joints is the most important part. The malleus and incus, we have the incudo-malleolar joint. It is a saddle type of synovial joint, and incus, as incus is present between malleus and stapes, between malleus and incus we have the incudo-malleolar joint, and between incus and stapes we have the incudo-stapedial joint. Incudo-stapedial joint, it is a ball and socket type of synovial joint. This is a saddle type, this is ball and socket type. Now coming to the intratympanic muscles, there are 2 muscles that are present. First one is tensor tympani and the second one is stapedius. The other points we have to remember is that the nerve supply for tensor tympani is mandibular nerve, and the action is it tenses the tympanic membrane. The name itself says about it, that is tensor tympani tenses the tympanic membrane. The second one is stapedius. The nerve supply for stapedius is the facial nerve, and the action, it draws the stapes laterally, tilting the foot plate in the oval window. As we have completed the intratympanic muscles, let's move on to the arterial supply. The first one is the maxillary artery, anterior tympanic branch of maxillary artery, specifically anterior tympanic branch of maxillary artery. The second one is the posterior auricular artery. The branch is stylomastoid branch. These two are the main one. These two are the main arterial supply for the middle ear. The other arterial supply is the middle meningeal artery, specifically the petrosal branch and superior tympanic branch. Petrosal branch of middle meningeal artery and superior tympanic branch of middle meningeal artery. Now coming to the fourth one, that is branch from the artery of pterygoid canal. The fifth one is the tympanic branch of internal carotid artery. The first one is the anterior tympanic branch of maxillary artery. The second one is the stylomastoid branch of posterior auricular artery, which is the main one. And we have the middle meningeal artery, petrosal branch and superior tympanic branch from artery of pterygoid canal, and tympanic branch of internal carotid artery. You have to memorize this 5 points. Now coming to the venous drainage, there are 2 venous drainage. The first one is the pterygoid venous plexus and the second one is the superior petrosal sinus. Now coming to the lymphatic drainage, the first one is retropharyngeal lymph nodes. Second one is parotid lymph nodes. Upper deep cervical lymph node is the third one. There is nothing, we have to memorize these all points like arterial supply, venous drainage and lymphatic drainage. Now coming to the nerve supply, the first point here is the tympanic branch of glossopharyngeal nerve. If you remember, if you see this diagram, we can clearly see the tympanic branch of glossopharyngeal nerve pierces the floor. Now the second one is the superior and inferior corticotympanic nerves. Third one is the facial nerve. Facial nerve, as we can see, this is the facial canal, and the branches of facial nerve that we are going to study is the chorda tympani nerve, greater petrosal nerve, and nerve to stapedius muscle. The fourth one is the mandibular nerve. So there are total 4 nerve supply. The first one is the tympanic branch of glossopharyngeal nerve, and the second one is superior and inferior corticotympanic nerves. The third one is facial nerve. Branches are chorda tympani nerve, greater petrosal nerve, and nerve to stapedius muscle. The fourth one is the mandibular nerve. Now coming to the tympanic plexus. If you remember, in the medial wall we have studied about promontory. That is, promontory, it consists of 3 nerves. The first one is the tympanic branch of glossopharyngeal nerve. It is also known as Jacobson nerve. And the second one is the superior and inferior corticotympanic nerve, and the third one is the branch from facial ganglion. So in tympanic plexus we have 3 nerves. The first one is the tympanic branch of glossopharyngeal nerve, that is Jacobson nerve. The second one is the superior and inferior corticotympanic nerves. Third one is the branch from facial ganglion, that is geniculate ganglion. Thank you for watching. Hope you like this video. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button for more videos on medical field.